Hey guys, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about how to invest your first $1,000. And so maybe you just got out of debt. Maybe you're interested in investing and you've been saving for a long time. And so I wanted to share some tips from financial experts on what to do with your first $1,000 and what could be best for your situation. Let's do it. All right, so if you have $1,000 to spare, one of the best things to do is to pay down any high interest debt. So do you have any debts? Maybe you are debt free, but if not, it is important to consider your debts. A lot of times wealthy people leverage debt, but a lot of times the poor or the middle class, they have a huge amount of debt, which doesn't help them. So if you have any debt, go ahead and pay that down as quickly as you can. Another option would be to build an emergency fund. And so my husband and I have this. We have a regular checking and savings accounts. We have multiple accounts. And then we also have emergency savings accounts. And so we actually have within our own checking accounts, we also have a mini savings account that has a little bit of a buffer. And then we also have like a family emergency savings account. And so that is something that you can invest in if you're interested. I'll definitely give you some more options in the video if you want something more advanced or you want to invest in yourself, because that's important too. But if you want to build a buffer and give yourself a little leeway, like if you have a big expense or a little expense that might be a big deal come up, you want to be prepared for that. Okay, so maybe you want to do a little bit more with your money. Maybe you've paid off debt. Maybe you also already have a savings. Maybe you're prepared there, but you are ready to invest. And so there's multiple ways to invest. But the first way would be just to start off with a high yield savings account. And so this is going to typically, we have Betterment, which pays us 5.5% APY. And so we get a return. It's in a savings account, but it's making 5.5%. And to give you context, the S&P 500 typically returns 7 to 10% over time. And so that's pretty good just to be in a savings account. You don't have to know anything about investing. You can just open the account and it'll make that money for you. I do have a video on my channel if you're interested in that, but that's a great way to get started. Another way is to actually go into a brokerage account and to actually open it and invest in something like a low cost index fund. A lot of people use the S&P 500. There's a few options that you can look into. Let me know if you want a video on some of the most common index funds, but this is a very simple way to know, hey, I'm going to use a target date index fund. I'm going to use a total stock market index fund. I'm just going to invest whatever amount I have into that, and you can use it in a brokerage account. There are some tax advantaged accounts that you can use besides a regular brokerage account, like a Roth IRA. That would be a great option as well. The benefit of this is because you don't have to pay as much taxes. And so you're taxed on your money before it goes into the Roth IRA, but then it gets to grow tax-free and it gets to get taken out tax-free. And so some people forget that it does get taken out tax-free. And so typically it's going to cost more. You're going to pay more taxes when you're older. Typically, not everyone, so do your own research, but these investment vehicles or putting money in your 401k match is a great way to invest your money, but also to save a little bit on taxes. So definitely consider those things if you want to invest. Another thing with investing is investing in assets, right? And so that's why going in the stock market is a great option, and most people can do it, and everyday people, and it will give you great returns over time, and you could become a millionaire or a multimillionaire depending on how much money you put in. And so I highly recommend doing that. But a lot of people invest in real estate. That's another option, and we could talk more about that. I'm starting to learn a little bit more about that, so I'm happy to share as I learn. But another thing that I really, really want you guys to consider, that a lot of wealthy and successful people that I've followed and I've learned from and read books from, they say to invest that money in yourself. And so maybe I should have started with that, but invest your money in yourself, in a skill, something you could learn, something that you want to do, not just like, hey, I'm going to go buy $1,000 spa day, but instead invest in something, your education or a skill that could make you more money. Then you have more money to pay off that debt or to pay for anything that you want, right? And so at the end of the day, we can save and we can invest, but the more money we have and the more skills we have to make more money, then you're going to have more money to put in more assets and to put as savings and to put in a brokerage account, etc. And so I highly recommend this because my personality was, all right, I need to invest, I need to do those things, but you could be investing more if you make more. So how can you invest in yourself? It's worth it. Maybe you don't get to put as much money. You could still invest a little bit. Like maybe don't take your full $1,000, invest $200 into a total stock market fund, and then put $800 into skills, into buying a piece of equipment to start your business, into a course that will help you to make an extra $10,000, $20,000. any of those things will help you over time, right? So if you're younger or if you're really trying to expand your income, really think about investing in yourself, something that will help you to make more money, something that will help you for your future. Now, if you are in a lot of debt or something, it's your choice if you want to just go ahead and pay that off and if you want to get yourself to breathing room for a minute. But if you want, there's options out there to do multiple things. And maybe it makes sense for you to pay off all that debt. Maybe it makes sense for you to go get a higher job and then you'll be able to pay off all that debt. So really think about your options and don't forget, it's not just about the stock market. It is so important to invest in assets, but don't forget that the biggest asset is yourself. So as you can kind of see, the best way to invest your $1,000 is dependent on your financial situation. It's dependent on your personality. It's dependent on how much debt you're in. It's dependent on what your goals are, what you want for your life. It's dependent on if you have a spouse and what type of money they make. And so really think critically about where you currently are and figure out what is going to be best for you. What do you want in the future? Where are you trying to go? And then reverse engineer it. And then you can make a plan and go, you know what, we need to get out of debt. And so we need to use any extra money that we have to put down in the debt. Or, hey, you know what, I've been a big saver. I have all this extra money that I don't know what to do with. And so I'm going to start investing in real estate, or I'm going to put part of it in real estate to diversify my investments. I'm going to put part of it in the stock market and I'm going to diversify that as well. And then maybe I'll also put a little bit in myself. Or you're at a point, I need to invest completely in myself because I know if I put all the money in myself, or if I go pay for this course, or if I go pay for this product, or go pay for something to start a business, then I'm going to 10x my income, or I'm going to just explode and be able to have more money to do more with. And so it's totally individual and it's up to you. I hope that you're able to figure out what you need and where you want to go, and then you can get there. So I hope this video was helpful for you on investing your first $1,000. That is so exciting that you have $1,000 or you're interested in getting $1,000 to be able to do something with. There's an endless amount of possibilities out there if you look for them and you find them. So really, I encourage you to figure out, what do you want with your life? What do you want to do with your time? Where do you want to end up? And then start taking those actions to get there and acting accordingly and acting as if. So I hope this video was helpful. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Feel free to like and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys, you got this.